Okay, guys, so today's session is talking about branding and it's talking about Arben. Can you see my screen, Arben? Arben? Okay, so what is branding, ladies and gentlemen? Personal branding is about you being able to sell yourself to the world. And branding is an important element in you being able to show yourself to the world, whether you're applying for a job, whether you're looking for a career move, or whether it's just how you project yourself in social media. All of this has to do with what we call personal branding. Okay, so branding, ladies and gentlemen, branding yourself, ladies and gentlemen, is a really important tool. Branding yourself for success in 2026 and beyond 2026 is something that you need to do for your career, okay, and to make sure that you are able to secure the career you want is essentially absorbing what is useful, rejecting what is useless, any nonsense that's not relevant, adding what is specifically your own. It's about creating your own career brief, if you like. It's about being your tag. It's about creating that makes you an individual. It's basically selling yourself. Now, whether you have a job or you're looking for a better job, branding in social media, branding in the way you dress, branding in the way you present yourself is essential. If you want to be known for everything, you'll be known for nothing. So, as people, we should be known for things that we want to be known for. There's no need to be known for everything. Do you follow what I'm saying, Arben? Can you see my screen, Arben? Yes, Arben, or no, Arben? All right, what about you, Eugenia? Can you see my screen? Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So let's talk about what brings on um, a brand, a personal brand. Change is to cause to be different. The idea of change on a personal level, guys, has been studied for more than 100 years, but it is only since the mid 1980s that change has been exploded or explored within the context of oneself. It's all about, it's all about change. It's all about people being able to describe themselves in a way that meets the time and the century we live in. The way your mother and father described themselves is no longer relevant in today's business world, Tay Lee. It's no longer relevant in today's business world, Judalyn. Nice to see you, Miss Taylor. Nice to see you. Okay, so change is to cause to be different. Okay, today you must be eccentric. You must be different because if you are a stereotype, if you are one of a kind, is different. But if you are a stereotype, you're just like everybody else, then you're no different to everybody else. And being no different to everybody else does not bring success. So, what is the importance of personal branding in today's world? What is the importance of personal branding? Well, ladies and gentlemen, personal branding in today's business world can't be overstated. Whether you look at airlines, whether you look at Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola, whether you look at Maradona or whether you look at any pop star out there, personal branding is what sells them. You'll remember Michael Jackson. He used to wear his signature sunglasses, his signature jacket, and his skin, which he spent a lot of money to make his skin eccentric. He wanted to be different. That's what sold Michael Jackson, his eccentricity, the fact that he created a persona that people remember. Eugenia remembers Michael Jackson because of his glasses and his jacket. Am I right, Eugenia? And she probably fell in love with him, but she knew she was never going to meet up with him. But she always dreamt that if I met Michael Jackson and I was his girlfriend, I'd be a millionaire, right, Eugenia? Okay, great. Same with Madonna. You ask any young guy, what's so cute about Madonna? And they say, well, she's sexy, the way she dresses. But that is her persona. That is her branding. She does that so her fans follow her. That's why 74% of audience at a Madonna concert are males, based on concerts she conducted over the last 5 years. Based on research, 74% of the people who pay top price for her tickets are males. Why? Because it's the way she brands herself. So whether you're a student looking for a first job, a manager looking to make an impact on your company, or unemployed looking for a job, trying to stand out from the crowd so you get the job over all the other people coming to the interview, it's all going to be down to your personal persona, your personal brand. If you still wear old colors, it's time to change. When you go for a job interview, as a female, the best colors to wear are black and white with black high heels or black medium heels and as little makeup as possible when you go to a job interview. For males, the best way to dress for a job interview is white shirt, black pants, or grey pants with a red tie. The red tie is the most powerful image of your personal branding when you go for a job interview. If you look at all boardrooms, CEO and all the board wears a red tie because they are a sign of personal branding. They are a sign of power. Personal branding is about creating an identity for yourself,
Uh,
Eugenia.
Wally, sorry to disturb you. Wally, for your
Yes.
second slide, second Zoom slide not changed, Wally. Second Zoom link.
Okay, well, I'm not sure why, because I just got students saying thumbs up, it was changing. Just hold on, please. Let me do it again. Okay, just hold on, guys. Let me share again. Can everybody see my slide now? Okay, is it changing now?
Yeah, yes, Wally.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that, guys. It is Zoom. Okay, all right. So personal branding is about creating an identity for yourself as you would for a business. So McDonald's has a brand, the Golden Arches. Jollibee has a brand. KFC has a brand. Coca-Cola has a red and white can. They have a brand. Pepsi-Cola has a can. It's branded. Everybody remembers it. I bet you when Eugenia goes to buy her favorite ice cream, Ben and Jerry or Haagen-Dazs, she looks for the right one. Am I right? Yeah. I bet you when Anu's son goes to buy chicken, he says to Mummy, I don't eat that cheap chicken from the Indian shop. I want KFC. Right, Mummy? Right, Miss Anu? Okay, he knows. He knows what branded chicken is. He knows what's good. My 8-year-old daughter only eats Japanese strawberries. Okay, so people have a persona. It's their personal tag or their personal personality, the way they portray themselves in public. So if Eugenia wants to portray herself as a professional manager, then every time she goes to a meeting, she'll be wearing a skirt, a jacket, a top, very little jewelry, very fine lipstick, and she'll look very natural and professional. But on the other hand, if Eugenia was going to a nightclub tonight, along with Lermi and Judalyn and Gina and Anu, and they all were looking for new boyfriends because they were sick of their husbands, then they'd all be wearing mini skirts, tight leather mini skirts, probably pink tops, high heel black shoes, and they'd be pretending to be black pink girls, pick up boyfriends, right? Yeah, I know that, Eugenia. Anu's smiling as well, but her husband wouldn't be very happy, right, Anu? He'd be looking for her within minutes. Okay, all right. So listen, guys, it's all about branding, and I'm just giving you an example. Hypothetically, girls, don't get upset with me, all right? It's just an example. It's personal branding. People that work at Coca-Cola cannot drink Pepsi-Cola in public or they'll lose their job. It's about protecting the brand they work for, Coca-Cola, especially if they're wearing a Coca-Cola uniform. Okay, is my computer changing, Eugenia? Can you see? New slide, Eugenia? Okay, great. Okay, so your personal brand will help you reach your goals. So if I ask all of you here today, what are your goals? I know what you're all going to say. We want to become millionaires, right? Yes or no? Eugenia's looking at me and her mouth is opening. When can I have the money? Money, 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 right, Eugenia? Yeah, okay. Judeline's the same. Judeline's saying, when are you depositing to my bank account? Gina is the same. Gina's saying, give me some millions. 1 million is enough. I'll retire. I'll become the queen back at home. All right. So everybody has the same goal. They want to live a lifestyle which allows them to enjoy the lifestyle they want. They want to earn an income which will allow them to enjoy the luxuries that other people enjoy. For example, eating steak once a week, drinking Starbucks every day, buying a Louis Vuitton handbag every month. These are some of the core luxuries or the lifestyle that people lead in 2025 or in the 20th century. Okay? We're still in 2025, moving close to the 21st century. Things will change. The type of the way people brand themselves in the 21st century will become more complex. You all have kids going to school now, right? Does anybody have kids going to school? I know Miss Anu has one. I know I have one. And Miss Anu will tell you today students are so much different to when we went to school. Now they need a laptop, they need a mobile phone, they need an iPad, they need a calculator, they need to have the latest types of pens and pencils in their pencil case. They want a new school bag every year mummy has to buy because they have to match the trend. It's part of life, right? So it's about branding yourself. It's about branding yourself for the professional world. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? So if you look in the mirror now, Judilyn, if you look at the mirror now, Michelle, and you look exactly the way you looked when you're at high school, then you need to look at your brand. Because your high school look is not the look you want when you go out looking for a job. Your high school look is what you left behind at high school. Do you all understand that, guys? Yes or no? You have to brand yourself for today's business world. Because when you go out to find a job, they're not employing a schoolgirl anymore. They're employing a young professional who knows how to make herself look professional for business. Okay, so personal branding is key to your success. Developing your personal brand and putting it out into the world will pave the way.
Wally, your voice is slow, Wally.
I'm
Your voice is
speaking
slow.
at the top of my voice. It must be the internet, guys. Can everybody hear me?
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
now.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking as loud as I can. All right. If you need me to speak louder, just tell me. So, as I said, personal branding is key to your career success. Your brand in the market will define whether you stay unemployed, whether you stay working as a domestic helper, or whether you stay earning a salary below the poverty line. It's all about you. If you want to improve your life, you have to improve your personal brand so that people will notice you and you will be offered better opportunities. I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I was working for McKinsey's International, one of the largest consulting firms in the world. And I was assigned a task with one of the biggest teleco operators in the world to teach people how to dress when they actually did customer service for a big company like Singtel. It was a big telephone company. I can't mention its name. And I walked in one day, and this guy came out wearing his sandals, black socks, and a suit. A suit with sandals, not shoes. Do you think that was proper branding? No, because people could smell his smelly socks. Okay? All right. One. Number two, once I helped sit on an interview panel for flight attendants. And this girl came to the interview wearing her shorts and her t-shirt and her feet covered in sand from the beach. When they asked her why she wasn't dressed in black skirt, black jacket, white blouse, and high heels, as per the letter from the airline, she said, "Oh, well, I just came from the beach. I was busy with my boyfriend, but I popped in for the interview." Do you think she got the job? No, because she wasn't presenting the right brand to work for an airline. Does everybody understand that, guys? Yes or no? How do you define your brand before you go for a job interview? It's very simple. Very simple, Judalyn. If you're applying to work as a receptionist for a bank, you go to the internet, you type into Google, how should I dress? What should I look like? What hairstyle do I need to work for a bank as a receptionist? And you look at the young girls who are working in a bank today and you see whether you are in the right bucket because you have to meet the brand or put yourself in the brand that the bank will employ. When you work as a flight attendant, you have to be 171 centimeters high. Your body weight must be in proportion to your height. Your fingernails and your nails must be kept spotless. There should be no marks on your skin. These are all requirements that project your personal branding when you apply for a job as an airline flight attendant. And this goes for any job that you apply for. Okay, so by focusing on your passions and believing in what job you want, identifying what makes you unique and special for that job is when you will move forward. You have to create a plan. You have to set yourself goals of what job you're looking for, what industry you want to work on, and what sort of character do you want to portray to your future employers or your business partners. Do you want them to see you as an old-fashioned old lady? You want them to see you as a young, bright male or female who has a fashion sense in the 20th century and knows how to look professional? You have to develop your personal brand. People will remember you by your personal persona, by your personal brand, and that will tag you everywhere you go. The picture you put on LinkedIn will actually go in history with you because it will never be removed. It will always be in LinkedIn's database. You must be careful of what picture you put on LinkedIn. You must be absolutely careful that you don't share a picture of you wearing a bikini or smoking pot because you'll never get a job. If when you're at school, Eugenia, you sent a picture of you kissing your boyfriend on Facebook and you're applying for a job in a big bank, you better take the photo down. My advice to you, all right? So, what you post on social media will be with you forever. So, if you're into the habit of posting everything on social media, I suggest you think again. You only post photos that you would post if you were working for a multinational company, having dinner with your family, having dinner with your friends, not you sitting on the beach kissing your boyfriend or your boyfriend kissing you. All right? Because companies, the corporate image of a big brand doesn't want its staff seen doing things maybe in a different way or etc. So your personal branding and strengthening your message to the world is very important. The stronger the message you deliver about your professional sense of becoming or your professional demeanor, your professional appearance, and your professional attitude is going to be tagged with you until you retire. And that is a fact of life. Everybody understand that? Yes or no? Okay. There is three important C's of personal branding. Can you see them, Eugenia? Very good. What are the three C's? And I think Anu knows these very well because I keep reminding my team of these on a regular basis. Number one is to have clarity and understand your focus and your job. Number two, be consistent with the way you present yourself. And number three, Xiang, is to have constancy. Be constant. Okay? So I call these the three C's of my brand: clarity, consistency, and constancy. All right. Now, my good friend Miss Eugenia just did something with her hands. Now, if she was sitting in an interview and did that, the HR manager would rule her out of a job straight away. Eugenia, I'm just telling you to help you. Don't get upset with me, all right? Never do that in a job interview or a business meeting, all right? That is one of the worst things you can do because you're telling your audience that you're bored, all right? Be careful. For me as a teacher, I understand, but be careful, okay? Good. All right. So remember, guys, clarity, consistency, and constancy. And let me explain what each of these mean. I'm getting looks now. People are wondering, what does the last one mean? Well, let me explain. Okay, let's look at them. Number one, what is clarity? Well, it's very simple. The quality of being coherent, easily understood, and transparent or clear. In your photo on your social media, do not wear sunglasses. Look natural. If you don't wear glasses, do not wear them on social media. Only wear them if you need to wear them. Okay? All right? Do not wear pink makeup and color your hair pink in your photo on social media because no bank will employ you with pink hair. Do you understand that, guys? Do not put your photo on social media eating spaghetti and have a big bowl of spaghetti in front of you that's piled like a volcano and then show the spaghetti dripping on your shirt because no one will employ you. All right? So be careful of what you post on social media because you need to deliver a clear message about who you are, and what you want in your professional life. Remember? Who you are, what you want. And that can all be delivered by clarity. Number two, consistency. Someone who is consistent always behaves in the same way, has the same attitudes towards people or things, or achieves the same level of success in something. Today's professional world, you should not post discriminatory words. You should not discriminate against race, religion, color, nationality, breed, or anything to do with people's sexuality. It is not the right place to express your opinions in social media. You should only express male or female as your sex, okay? And let me tell you something. For the love of God, don't say other. Because if you put other in your social media profile, certain companies will not even look at your profile. Let me be honest to you. Always declare male or female. Okay? Declare whatever you are at birth. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Now, for those of you who may have changed their sex and gone from male to female, and on your passport, you're now showing your picture as a female, then put yourself down as a female, not other. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Go with whatever you are on your government ID or passport. Okay? So consistency is definitely important because if you not consistent in your behavior or appearance, it will be seen as dishonesty and companies will not entertain. Do you understand that, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Constancy. Constancy is the quality of being faithful and loyal to a particular belief or person. So, do not put there that you're a Muslim and show pictures of you drinking alcohol. Okay? Do not put there that you're a Christian and have a photo of you in a mosque. No, it's not funny, Eugenia. People have sent me CVs saying I'm a Christian, I celebrate Christmas. I go to their profile and they're in a Chinese temple with their mother praying. So, hold on, if you go to a Chinese temple, you don't celebrate Christmas. You pray to Buddha. But if you celebrate Christmas and you go to a church, then that's fine. So be careful whatever you put in your profile is what you portray to the public, okay? Or otherwise, don't put it in your profile. Remove religion from your profile. It's safer. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Great. Okay. So let me talk about reputation management. Let's talk about what is reputation and what is reputation management. Okay, so does everybody know what I mean by a person's reputation? A person's reputation is the way they are known in society, the way they are known in society. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to remind people again, I only have about 20 messages of people at work. I am reminding all of you again, if you have switched off your camera and you have not sent me a message stating clearly, my name is Mirasol De Leon, I am now at work, I finish work at. If I do not have your message and your camera is switched off, you will be treated as absent, and that is final. You need to let me know why your camera is switched off. Okay, all right, so let's talk about your reputation. Your reputation is really important. You might ask yourself, well, why is it important? You know that 97% of companies now, multinational companies, will go and search you on social media before they offer you a job. Does everybody know that? Okay? Everybody know that. So, Ru Xiang, Hanem, you apply for a job to Citibank. Once they get your resume, the first thing they'll do is they'll send it to a girl in HR and they'll say, search for Run Xiang on all social media. Give us a copy of her Facebook account, Instagram account, LinkedIn account, Twitter account, TikTok account. And what the bank is looking for is to make sure that Run Xiang has a clean reputation on social media because one day her name will be associated with the bank if they employ her. So your professional reputation and what you leave in the World Wide Web is your digital footprint that will tag you for the rest of your life. Everybody understand that? I'm telling you, and I'm telling you to go and fix it if you have already damaged your social media profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, today you go and create one. In your LinkedIn profile, you simply put your full name, what industry you're working in or want to work in, and that's it, nothing else. Your picture, your full name, and the industry that you're currently working in or want to work in. and you put yourself in LinkedIn. But you do not post any nude pictures, no pictures of your boyfriends or anything. All right, guys? It's just a clean profile about yourself. In that profile, you can post about any charity work you do, or you can post the name of the company you work for now. Keep it very clean and very simple. Does everybody understand that? Now, once you create a LinkedIn profile, if you want me to look at it, drop me a message through WhatsApp. I'll go in and look at it and tell you if you need to correct anything. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Come on, guys. I want to see yellow hands. Show me those flying yellow hands. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I want all of you to create one. And please, the picture you put in LinkedIn must be one you dress professionally as you would apply for an office job. Not in your singlet, guys, not in your bikini, not in your ripped t-shirt, not in your pajamas, not in your wrestling gear. You must be dressed properly as if you're going for a job interview. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? And it should only be a headshot, not a full body. Only your headshot, okay? Headshot only, similar to a passport size photo. Do you all understand that, guys? Yes or no? Okay. Remember, your reputation is your persona moving forward. Whether you apply for a job, whether you go for a job interview, or whether you're applying to study at a university, your social persona, your online persona will follow you everywhere you go. Does everybody understand that? Okay. All right, let's go back to sharing my slides. One moment, please. Just one moment. Okay, can everybody see my slide, Eugenia? Thank you so much. So, guys, let me go back to my PowerPoint and let me continue. So, managing your own reputation online is a critical fundamental element of your future success. Can I ask you, notwithstanding Anu, how many of you have LinkedIn accounts? Okay, your homework. I don't usually give homework during BizTalk, but today is going to be a first because I think this is very important. Everybody here will create a LinkedIn account or update their existing LinkedIn account. You will actually send me the link by WhatsApp no later than Monday at 9 p.m. If you send me the link, I will look at it and respond to you good or correct it. Okay? Now remember, if you think you have a LinkedIn page that's good and you're not sure, send it to me. All right? The way you describe yourself can make a difference as to whether people call you or not. Okay? Now, if you're looking for a job on LinkedIn and you put your picture and your name, when you write your profile, you can put a paragraph there and say that, I'm a young 25-year-old female looking for a job as a bank executive with a multinational bank. You can write a one paragraph executive summary about yourself on LinkedIn. If you don't know how to write that executive summary, let me know and I'll help you write it. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Okay? Make sure the picture you put on LinkedIn is a proper picture, not one you took with your old iPhone in the farm with the cats and the dogs and the hens. Make sure it's a proper, respected picture against a white background. All LinkedIn pictures should be against a white background, not at a nightclub, not on the beach. Okay, guys? Does everybody understand that? Don't smile, Gulia. You would be surprised how many have a picture of themselves wearing their bikini in their professional LinkedIn profile. All right? Just go to LinkedIn and search. You'll see how many, mate. Okay? All right? But these people will find it hard to get a job. or they already have a job, but their employer hasn't seen their LinkedIn profile. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? If you have ever Googled yourself, you would know that you have an online presence. As soon as you type your name into Google, that's it. Google will collect all the information about you from every website in the world. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. These are just some of the networks that come together to form online profile that provides anyone who cares to look a public perception of who you are. The most powerful one in the professional world is LinkedIn. Facebook is very dangerous. I do not recommend you keep Facebook profiles with your real name. Everybody should keep a LinkedIn profile with their real name. Your Facebook name should be your nickname or your back to school name, Jackie the boxer or Jackie the kangaroo or May the dictionary, whatever you want to call yourself, May, but it shouldn't be your real name. And never put your actual personal details on Facebook. In actual fact, May, I stopped using a Facebook account 25 years ago because people started pilfering my account and using my identity. Okay, so I do not recommend a Facebook account with your real profile. If you want a Facebook account just to use with your friends and social media, create one with your nickname. Like, whatever you want. Beautiful May. Don't show your picture, just your name. All right? Do not put your pictures on Facebook. That is dangerous. Do you all understand that? TikTok and Facebook never publish your picture, only a nickname. LinkedIn, you should have a picture. All right. Now, if anybody tells you Facebook is good, Facebook is not good. Facebook is dangerous social media, which you should use with care because anything you put there can be misconstrued. Anything you put there can live with you for the rest of your life. LinkedIn is a bit more secure because that's where most people put their professional um, history and who they are, so people, headhunters can recruit them. If you want a Facebook account, use a nickname, use your nickname, what your friends used to call you at school, or use a hash, a hash name, a hack name, like Rolls-Royce 2025, or whatever you want to call yourself. But don't ever use your real name or your real photo. Okay? That's my advice. Now, if you still want to keep a real Facebook account, fine. Put your real name there, but do not put your photo. I do not recommend photo on Facebook under any circumstances. All right? Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Good. Twitter. Twitter used to be a powerful tool. Twitter is now dying. It's no longer as powerful as it used to be. Instagram I do not recommend because Instagram, again, people play with photos. For me, I would stick to, if you really want a social media account, probably Facebook um, for personal social media and LinkedIn for your professional image. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Now, if you're into TikTok, I don't recommend TikTok for professional image. Again, I don't suggest you use a real name on TikTok. Maybe you just use a tag or a hash name. Does everybody know what I mean by that? Just come up with a nickname. Okay, you can call yourself Eugenia 123 or Eugenia 1965, 1969, but do not put your photo there. All right? It's dangerous. Okay, let's go on. Okay, can you see my next slide, Eugenia? Okay, how do you manage your online persona or reputation, everyone? How do you manage it? Well, people are raising their hands now. How do you manage, Marites, your online persona? It's very easy. You rein in the amount of public information out there? Well, It's very simple. If you want to keep a public profile on social media, you have to make sure you minimize the amount of information you put there and you check it on a regular basis to make sure that no one has actually filtered or stolen your identity. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Okay. Let's talk about it. As an employee or potential hire, it is worth thinking about the implications that your social media profile might have on you getting the job. Most people usually stop using social media when they are searching for a job, and I strongly recommend that. Okay? You understand what I mean by that, Mary Len? Very good. Okay. For example, if Eugenia decides that she wants to bring her dream to fruition and become a flight attendant for Singapore Airlines, she would definitely have to clean all her social media accounts before she applies. Maybe, I'm not sure. Am I right, Eugenia? She would have to take out all the pictures she's put there about her punching up her girlfriends at school, her slapping her boyfriend on the face when he upset her. I'm not hypothetical, Eugenia. I'm only just hypothetical. All right, forgive me. All right, so she would have to clean up her personal profile before she goes and applies to an airline. Because can you imagine if Eugenia is a hostess in first class and one day the first class passenger is scrolling through Facebook and sees Eugenia's picture and remembers her as a first class flight attendant, but that night she was seen smoking something she shouldn't be smoking. Do you think that customer's going to fly Singapore Airlines again? No bloody way. So you need to clean your personal profile before you apply for a corporate job. It's imperative. It's not a choice. And you need to go there and edit your profile, take down any pictures that were there before, clean it up. If it's that bad, close it. All right? Close the account. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Everybody asks me, Mr. Wally, do you have a Facebook account? I don't. Mr. Wally, do you have a LinkedIn account? I do. For my professional profile, yes. Do I have a Facebook account? No. Under my name? No. I use a Facebook tag for work purposes when I want to look for people, but I don't have my own account on Facebook. I gave it up 25 years ago. All right. So remember, guys, it's important for you to think about, do you really need a social media life or not? You should only have one in LinkedIn so that you can get jobs and maybe a personal one with your friends in Facebook, but be very careful about how you portray yourself in that account. Okay, as an employee or potential hire, it's worth thinking about the implications of your social profile. Okay, some employees may choose to stop using social networking sites completely. Okay, it, it, it happens. Otherwise, keeping in mind a few tips can help you manage your online profile. Let's talk about those. Okay, it is the most forward rule of thumb, but still often forgotten. New features and changes are made on Facebook every day. It's important to make sure you're sharing settings up to date. Make sure that you only allow your family to share pictures with you, no one else. Make sure you don't allow strangers to share with you. Do not forget to check the settings on other networks you're using, such as Twitter, LinkedIn, or even your long forgotten personal blog that you posted when you were at school, Eugenia, and you had 15 boyfriends. Okay, young lady? All right. So remember, when you have a Facebook account or a LinkedIn account, make sure your privacy settings are correct. Okay? The only people that can actually share with you are your contacts or your family. But if you put your family only, then future employers can't contact you. So the only people that should share with you are your contacts or by sending you an invitation. What happens? So if they want to follow you and they're not in your contacts, they will send you a request. You find out who they are, then you allow them to follow you. Okay? Do not make or allow people to follow you automatically. Make sure the security settings require for you to give them access or permission. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Okay. So think before you post. It's not just about cleaning up your photo stream or potentially incriminating images. It's thinking about your entire online presence. More and more potential employers are Google searching for potential hires. This isn't just to dig up dirt, but to gauge what sort of person you are, not just who you say you are in your interviews. Again, I have to use young Eugenia because she's in my direct contact and I can see her there. And she's always smiling and she attends all my biz talks like Jackie and all the others. But if Eugenia, when she was at school, one day sat on the oval with her boyfriend and were puffing on something and by mistake put that picture in her blog 20 years ago, and that blog is still on social media, she better take it down. Okay? Now, I'm serious. This is not a joke, especially if what you were smoking was a cigarette when you were 12 years old. That means you like to break the law. Take it down. Okay? If you were seen drinking beer when you were 12 years old, take it down. Anything which is not part of what society expects, take it down. Okay, you can back it up, save the pictures in your personal folder, and get it off social media. Does everybody understand this? Yes or no? Yes or no? Guys, when I was at school in Australia, I did something really stupid. On the last day of high school, when we pass, we usually have what we call, fancy dress day, and we run a barbecue on the school oval, and the whole of the graduating class spends all day on the school oval. We did something really nasty. We actually got one of our favorite teachers' cars and actually moved it and parked it in a car park 3 blocks away without telling him. How did we move the car? We got a tow truck to move it without telling him. Guys, he could not find his car for a week. And you know what? After he found his car, we never told him. About 10 years later, we went to a school reunion and somebody told him, and none of us would admit it. At first, he took it really badly, but then he said, okay, it's over now. All right. So these things follow you. And lucky we didn't post it on social media. Lucky, because it would show to your future employer that you're not of good character. Why would you steal somebody's car and park it somewhere just to cause mischief? Okay. All right. All right. A Twitter stream with an onslaught of complaints can make you come off particularly negative. Now, if you're somebody imaginary, for example, again, one of you girls, and in the past you had a nasty boyfriend and you sent Twitter messages calling him an idiot or a liar or threatening to punch his face in or threatening to tell all the girls at college about him that he's a two-timer, you don't want to have that Twitter account anymore. You want to get rid of it. Okay? Because it would bring back a negative reflection on your character. Do you understand that, everyone? Eugenia's thinking now, I've got a lot of things to clean up. Is that right, young lady? Yes, I thought so. Same here, mate. I had to do it 10 years ago. All right. Okay. So remember, a Twitter stream with an onslaught of complaints can make you come off as a particularly negative or a bunch of lewd comments your friends have left on your wall could raise questions about who you choose to associate with. All right? Now, listen, it's okay to have friends, but just make sure they don't put any negative remarks on your Twitter timeline, okay? You know, I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. If you're applying for a job on a bank, okay, and one of your friends puts a message in Twitter, don't steal my money next time. Do you think the bank's going to employ you? No. Or if your mother puts a message on Twitter, Eugenia, why did you take $10 from my purse without asking me? Is the bank going to employ you? No. Anything that actually brings a negative impression of honesty or character, you should get rid of. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? It's not a joke, guys. I'm serious. Wally doesn't joke that often. Do you understand that, Mary Len? Good, excellent. Do you understand that, Marites? Marites? I think Marites is busy. Okay. What about you, HP? Do you understand it, HP? Good. May Ann Bital, do you understand what I've said so far? I think you have to clean up your social media too. Am I right? Yes or no? Good girl. Excellent. What about you, J Rose? Do you understand what I've said? Okay, I've got all these girls looking at me saying, I have to clean up my social media right now. I've got two guys here doing this. They really have to clean up their social media, right? Okay. All right, let's go on. Okay, guys, let's go on. Let's look at this. What is this? This is about what I say about you using social media. I want everybody to repeat after me. Think before you post. All right, everyone, say it. Think before you post. Once it's out there forever. Two, pause. Girls, you always make rash decisions, all right? I know some of you girls, you walk down the street, you see pink high heel shoes, and you say, wow, I need these. I look cute. You go in and buy them. You take them home, your mother sees them, you never wear them. Why? You made a rash decision. You didn't think about it. You go back to the store, and they say, no, Miss Eugenia, they were on sale, no refund. Okay? So I'm not saying all women do it, but I'm saying it's common. So pause, reflect, then post your digital footprint. Now, guys, let me give you another one. If you go to China, if you ever go to China, or you go to the market in Vietnam where you buy fake Levi's, fake t-shirts, fake designer brands, and fake mobile phones, for the love of God, don't post that in your social media, especially if you want to work for a big company. Do not post pictures of you buying fake stuff on social media. Okay, you can wear it, doesn't matter. It's too late, but don't post pictures of you wearing it or buying it. Do you understand that? Okay? Yeah, come on, Eugenia, stop scratching your head. Is it really that bad for you? You have to clean it up, young lady. All right? Number two, words. Words on the internet are like emails sent to everyone. Think twice about the words you use. Don't call somebody you're mischief. Don't say to somebody you're naughty, you're irresponsible, or don't say cutie pie. All right? Because all those words have negative connotations. Be careful what you write on social media. Don't call your sister a scammer. Don't call your sister a two-timer. Those words have certain negative implications. All right? If you're not sure what word to use, message me and ask me. All right? How much easier can it be? Social media is a loudspeaker. Okay, so when you put it on social media, you are telling the world, not just your mother or father, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, grandmother, great grandfather. You are telling the whole world, including your future employer or your future business partners. You need to build your own profile and professional network. As I said, the best way to do that is to go and create a LinkedIn account today. All right. Delete everything else you've got and only have one LinkedIn account with your real name. Nice, clean photo, like Ruan Xiang, beautiful photo. You're wearing a nice white top, you have your natural makeup, and you're sitting in front of a white wall. Very nice photo. It would be better if you have it taken in a professional studio or you standing against the white wall rather than sitting down. It should only be a headshot, all right? But look natural. Look natural, show your beauty, no fancy makeup, nothing extravagant, just show your real self, okay? And in your LinkedIn profile, put your full name, the country you're from, and a brief description of your current career or your career aspirations, okay? If you're not sure what you want to write, send me a WhatsApp. Say, Mr. Wally, I want to put my career aspirations on LinkedIn. Can you help me write the paragraph? Or I want to put a description of myself and the job I'm looking for. Help me write it. I will write it and send it back to you so you can put it on your LinkedIn profile. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. All right. So when you join LinkedIn, try to connect with professional industries that you want. Try to connect with engineers if you are an engineer. Try to connect with lawyers if you're a lawyer. Try to connect with people who have the same hobbies as you. All right? Okay. If you want to become a flight attendant, say, my career ambition is to become a flight attendant. Try to connect with other flight attendants. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Use your networks and offer to contribute or guest blog for another relevant channel. You'll be putting your name out there and building up personal brand awareness. Now, if you have your own LinkedIn, and on LinkedIn, you put there that you're a realty agent. You sell, buy, sell, rent real estate. Make sure you're wearing the proper professional image as a realtor, okay? Say which company you're a realtor for, and maybe find other social media groups for realtors. In the Philippines, there's a Realtors Association. There is realty sales clubs. There's many different types of social media groups with realtors in it. Try to join those groups so you can become known. You get personal branding. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Okay. Should you Facebook friend your boss? Who says yes? Put your hands up. Should you make your boss your Facebook friend? J Rose, yes or no? J Rose? What's your answer, J Rose? Tell me what you think the correct answer is. Unmute your microphone, young lady. Don't be shy. Should you friend your boss on Facebook, J Rose? Hi.
No, I don't.
No? All right,
Yes.
good. Well, that's not a bad answer. I'll correct you in a minute. All right, let's talk to Eugenia. Eugenia, should you befriend your boss on social media?
Sir, no, we're not friends, but her mother and the auntie is my friend and a friend.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Your boss is your mother or your auntie? Which one?
No, no, no. I mean, my boss.
Yeah.
We're not friends in Facebook,
Yeah.
but her mother and her auntie.
Oh, her mother and auntie. Okay. But not your boss.
They are my friends.
Okay, your friends. Okay. All right, that's okay. All right. Thank you, girls. Well, let's answer the question. There are some immediate advantages to being friends with your boss, certainly from a networking perspective. You should follow your boss to read about him and the company. Depending on the type of boss you have, Facebook connections may be part of workplace culture. If you work for big companies, especially in sales, they will ask you to actually follow your company's profile and show yourself as a salesperson. All right? Depends on the company culture. All right? Now, remember, connections may be a part of the workplace culture, along with the lines of after work drinks or team coffee catch ups. Now, um, if you join a company Facebook account and you follow your boss, it's good. But also remember, if you go out with all your work colleagues and there's a picture of you drinking and you become drunk, you don't want that going on the company profile, okay? So be careful. It is okay to follow your boss. And if you're required to be of follow your boss because it's part of your work ethic, part of the culture, then make sure you don't post anything inappropriate or give anybody else a chance of doing that on the company's website. Is it okay to be your boss's friend on Facebook? Only if it's a job requirement. Does everybody understand that? You should not do it just for the sake of doing it. Does everybody follow that? You only follow your boss if your boss requires you to follow them personally. If not, you just follow the company, not your boss individually. Okay? Your big boss, I mean, your CEO or your general manager. And if you work for a company and you have a finance manager that you report to, you don't want to follow your finance manager directly. You follow the company. Do you understand that? You only follow them if you're required to do as part of your work or if the whole finance department is there. Do you all understand where I'm coming from? Yes or no? Do you understand that, Run Xiang? Okay. For more conservative workplace cultures, the implication of being Facebook friends with your boss could be different, especially when it comes to upper management. Let me explain that. If May befriends her big boss, the CEO, but May is only a secretary.
Wally, your voice is low, Wally. Your voice is little
I'm
slow.
speaking really loud. Oh, it's
Yeah, now
it's not me. Can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me now, Anu?
yeah, yes, Wally, now can.
Yeah, I'm speaking as loud as I can, mate. Okay, so let's go back to the point that depends on the company culture. Okay. Now, sorry, let me just explain that. Can you hear me, HP? Yes or no? HP,
Yeah,
can you hear me? Okay, great. So remember, if May is only a secretary and she is following the CEO of the company, people could perceive that incorrectly that she's trying to get favors. So is it appropriate for the receptionist to follow the CEO? Not in big companies. As a secretary, you follow the company, but you should not follow the CEO because he might not know who you are. If you work in a small business and it's only 20 people, you follow the general manager or the owner. If you work for Apple and you're a receptionist, you don't follow Steve Jobs. You actually follow Apple, the Facebook page. Do you all understand that? Because depending on how low you are in the company, if you follow the most senior man in the company, some other people may start asking questions and it doesn't look good. If you're a senior manager at Apple and your work involves Steve Jobs or you report to Steve Jobs or the guy below him, and you're in contact with his office, then you can follow him. But don't follow him if you are miles away from that level. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Anu, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, Polly.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. For new hires, if you're starting a job in a new company, it's worth waiting a few months before you start sending out friend requests to bosses or managers. Wait till they get to know you and they know who you are before you start wanting to be friends with everybody in the company. Does everybody understand that? Usually it's recommended you wait a month or two. You can join the company page, but you don't have to, request friends with anyone until you've been there for at least 1 or 2 months. Maximum 3 months before you join. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? As I said, you can follow their Facebook page or the company page, but do not try to actually connect with anyone or add them as your friends until you've been there for 1 or 2 months, because people need to know who you are first before you try to add them on your social media. Do you understand that, guys? Yes or no? Okay, great. All right, guys. So let's go on. The best mantra to keep in mind is to think before you post. If you wouldn't want your boss seeing it, maybe it's best to keep it out of the public eye. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Yes? Great. All right. Let's talk about your professional resume. Okay, let's talk about your professional resume. This resume has been created for a young lady. Hold on. Marceline Anderson. She is a medical assistant. She works in a medical laboratory in a hospital, I believe, from when I last spoke to this girl. Okay, so uh, as you can see from her resume, it's very simple to read. There's only two colors. All the font is in black, and there's only bold or normal font. All the paragraphs are aligned. All her personal data is down one side, her work experience and skills. Okay, her photo is a headshot. She's dressed in a uniform which a medical assistant would wear. If you do not have a professional resume, I suggest you let me know. You develop one, send it to me to correct for you. When you go to develop one, try to follow a standard format you can download from Microsoft Office. They have templates. Use something very simple if you're applying for a professional job. Okay, keep the colors simple. Do not have pink and white. Keep them very simple. Gray and white, green and white, blue and white, black and white. Do not go into fancy colors. All right? Does everybody understand that? Can you put your hands up? Here's another one. Again, black and white, very simple. Everything is organized. Again, headshot only. She looks very professional. This one here is again different, but this girl is applying for a creative job as a designer. So for her, if she wants to be a fashion designer, then this is too simple of a resume. All right. This is very professional. She's applying for the medical stream. This one here is applying for a job as a graphic designer, an office job. Okay. It's okay. She looks professional, but this one here is probably applying for a job as a fashion designer. Now, is it okay to have the flowers, the picture, and a fancy picture like that? If you're a fashion designer, yes, because it shows your creativity in fashion design. If you're applying for a normal office job, no. All right. So a killer resume is a resume tailored to the specific job. For example, medical assistant. It looks like she knows what a medical assistant is. Tailored to a specific job and position. Everything listed on such a resume has to show how you are a great match or how great a match you are for that job. Killer resumes don't list duties and responsibilities, but rather show accomplishments illustrated by specific numbers, money saved, base, people trained, orders filled. Now, if we go back to this one here, she shows her work experience and references, right? Here, she shows again her work experience, lead medical assistant at healthcare, and she put her accomplishments. Managed, again, helping. She actually defined her role. Prepared, documented, assisted. Worked in a rapid environment, managed. Okay, she clearly defined what the responsibilities were. Now, if she was responsible for a financial position, she may have said, manage the sales budget and maintain a 5% increment every year, depending on the job. Okay, if you're unsure about what to write, please WhatsApp me and I'll help you. Right, does everybody understand that? Again, you see how she describes? Prepared, documented, assisted, managed. It's very important that you use clear words so they understand what your role was. Okay, so let's talk about this. Here we show achievements. For example, what are my achievements? I was a salesperson. I hit and exceeded department KPIs by 20% for 5 months in a row. That would be an achievement you should show on your resume. Incorrect. Increase the number of sales. That means nothing. Your achievement should be clearly defined to show what you did. You exceeded KPI by how much and for how long. The first shows how exactly you stand out from the rest. You managed to hit KPIs, which is good, and exceeded them even better for 5 months. Amazing. That's why it's worded that way. The second example, on the other hand, doesn't say anything at all. It's pretty obvious that you did sales. You do, after all, work in the sales department. So which one is more appropriate? Of course, the correct one. Okay, you should list your achievements in the following sections on your resume: your work experience, resume summary, and any projects or voluntary work that you did. Okay, here they talk about their work experience in the correct order, their education, their skills, and references. Again, education, skills, references, relevant courses that she had attended. Okay, great. Let's look at this one. This is a job advertisement. Chief Financial Officer, achievements. Okay, this is a job. This person worked as Chief Financial Officer from March 2014 to February 2019. His achievements were developed a new business model and guided planning and forecasting. Next one, I defined and implemented the company's first accounting architecture reporting system to oversee, review all reported financials since inception, which saved the company around 28,000 British pounds. You see how he actually describes exactly what he did and how much he achieved. And he also provides a contact in case they want to verify that. That contact would probably be someone that can verify the information. Now, I do not suggest you put a contact, but you should definitely define your achievements. But I do not recommend you put a contact. A contact under achievements is no longer the norm. It used to be many years ago. Okay? You should also include achievements in your resume summary. A resume summary is a short summary of your career that goes on the top of your resume, like the one that you can see. Run Xiang, can you see it here? Okay, good. So, marketing professional with proven experience in planning, coordinating marketing policies and program, such as determining the demand for products and services offered by a firm and its competitors in order to identify new potential customers. Strong expertise in developing pricing strategies with goal of maximizing profits. Okay? Remember, this is relevant to marketing skills. Okay? As a digital marketing manager, he shows what he's achieved. Created new format for reporting and presenting the sales, okay, and shortened the number of meetings by 30% during the last 3 quarters. He's showing people the summary of his experience. He's giving them clear definition of what he achieved as a marketing assistant, and it's all relevant to the marketing skills that he has. Okay, where do I list my achievements? This section acts as an introduction to the rest of your resume, covering the main points and highlights. Here's what your average resume summary should look like. Remember, resume summary is the box at the top, the one circled in red. Okay? It should say, experienced project manager with 5+ years of work experience seeking a position at company, name of the company you're applying to, or at a multinational company. Previous experience includes working at IBM, for example, or working at, if you've worked at a previous company, developing software for clients such as client's name and client B. All right. This summary example is okay at best. All it says is that you've worked as a project manager for 5 years and you give them the name of the 2 companies that you've worked with. And then below that, you would list the achievements that you have reached, which is below that, the same as this digital marketing manager. Newsflash. Where do I list my achievements? Now, here's what happens if we add an achievement or two. You see, this achievement being put up here in the summary will attract people to read your resume. If you put the achievements in this red box, more managers, HR managers, will take the time to read your resume. If you don't show your achievements in the summary, some HR managers will just put your resume in the no box. No tray. Okay. The more detailed you write them, the more you'll stand out. Significantly improve sales. No. Improved product sales by 12%, which led to a 20% increase in annual revenue. That is definitely the right way to write it. Time frame. Over what time frame did you work on the task? You must show that. Increased customer satisfaction rate within 3 months of employment at company X. But this one is missing something. You should say increase customer satisfaction rate by 10% or 20% or 30% within 3 months. How many times a week did you work on the task? Example, I talk to minimum of 50 plus customers on a daily basis every week. Scale. How many people did you manage or work with? Example, I managed a team of 5 software engineers to develop software solutions for clients. That can be one of your achievements. I successfully carried out 20 marketing campaigns going under going under the designated budget of USD $50,000. Again, very, very strong statements to make in your achievements. How many clients or customers did you work with? I managed marketing campaigns of 5 plus SaaS clients in the fintech and HR tech industries, and you could add there for 12 months or 24 months. Results. When possible, you should also include the results that followed your achievements. I delivered 1.8 times the return on investment on total ad spend of $22,000. I'm showing what I brought in financially for the company. Great line to list in achievements. What if I don't have the data? This is very common. The solution here is pretty straightforward. Just reach out to your previous employer and ask for the data. They will be more than happy to send it over. If you don't have the data, but you know what you achieved, I had a sales budget of 20,000. I achieved 10% more every month, but you don't know how to put it in a paragraph. Drop me a WhatsApp message. I will help you write it. Okay? But tell me what the achievements in your own words, and I'll put it into a paragraph for you. If you don't need to if you know, but you don't know how to write it, I can help you write it. But if you don't know what your sales track record was, you need to check with your previous employer first. If you're a student that's just graduated, very simple. You don't have that much work experience, so you can't exactly list too many achievements. If you've never worked, then you put there education, graduated January 2022, and no work experience because they know you just graduated. What you can do, though, is list your achievements in several other sections. For example, you can say, I maintained a 3.8 GPA throughout my 3 years at Vietnam National University. And whilst I was studying, I worked part-time as a supermarket grocery boy. So under work experience, you put supermarket grocery boy, 3 years while studying. Okay? You be honest. If you didn't work whilst you're studying, you don't mention it. You just mention your GPA, or you can mention any special awards you got whilst you're at university. Any projects that you did at university, or any volunteer work that you did at university or in your community. Office manager achievements. I reached out to and made deals with new office supply providers, cutting annual supply costs by 20%. Very good one. Number 2, I hired, trained, and managed 15 plus cleaning and maintenance staff. If you've worked as a domestic housekeeper or worked as a housekeeper, you could say, I looked after or I trained 5 new housekeepers and I managed the cleaning of household, including 15 bedrooms, whatever. Okay? So whatever your achievements are, you can use. If you don't know how to put them in words, you let me know and I'll help you. Accountant, if you've worked as an accountant, I managed an annual budget of 400,000 for a period of 7 years. Can you see my slide, Salvacion? Okay. I worked with a team of 3 accountants creating financial reports, all company activities composed of 8 departments. I helped company X stay within the budget for the past 3 years in a row. Perfect. I'm giving you achievements to use. All you need to do is change a dollar figure. I'm giving you samples, right? Okay, branding yourself. Define your brand and become an expert. Establish a presence. Make yourself known to others. Generate awareness through networking. Remember the 3 C's of personal branding. Get feedback from your lecturer, Mr. Wally. Get feedback from the people who know you before you finalize your LinkedIn profile. Who's the best guy to give you feedback? Me. Let me go through it first before you show it to anyone else. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? When you rebrand yourself, you need to start thinking eccentrically. No longer think like you're a person of the 18th or 15th or 10th century. Forget about your mother, father, grandfather, great grandfather, grandmother, great grandmother. You now live in the 20th century. Stop following the stereotype. Stop living in a box of the past. You need to come out of your box. Recognize and use your feminine or masculine powers. Show yourself as an attractive woman, professional image. Show yourself as a guy that knows how to dress, that knows how to present themselves. Define success on your own terms. Don't wait for someone to tell you that you're not showing the right image to work in our company. It's all about knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and stop dreaming. Because a dream is like a wave in the sea. It comes and goes, and at the end of the day, you fail. Unless you make your dream a reality, you will forever be a failure. In the words of Steve Jobs, the man that inspired me, I quote, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life, your mother, your father's, your grandfather's. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking, what your mother thought, what your father thought, what your grandmother and grandfather thought. Don't let noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Be eccentric, think for yourself, and remember, you are in the 20th century. You must be different. You must follow your own goals. You must put yourself out there in the way that employers of the 20th century will want to talk to you. But if you don't have the courage and you don't believe in yourself, you will never be able to do this. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. If you are somebody who can be eccentric and step out of your box, eccentric and step out of your box and be creative, you will distinguish yourself as somebody who can lead rather than just copy everybody else because you're different, you're eccentric, you're creative. You have creative intuition. This is what crafting your personal brand is about. It's about making you a success. Does everybody understand what we mean by personal branding now? Yes or no? Does everybody understand what personal branding is? Miss Anu, do you understand what personal branding is? My dear co-host, my boss. Where are you, Miss Anu? Hi, Miss Anu. Okay, all right. Can I ask you, I want everybody here to put their camera on and repeat after me and Miss Anu. Everyone, come on, hurry up. I believe in myself. Everyone, come on. I believe in myself. Everyone. Pan, Cherry, I want to see your lips move. Say it, Pan. I believe in myself. Good. Now, Miss Anu, I want you to lead the course. Everybody, again, I believe in myself. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you really believe in yourself, then go and look in the mirror. Ask yourself, is this the way I want to look and portray my professional brand today? Or is it time I started re-looking at what I want people to see in me? You know, guys, don't be ashamed to say, I work as a domestic helper. You're doing that to support your family. And I'm bloody proud of all of you because I know some of you graduate with us and then you end up finding good office jobs. For the love of God, stop putting yourself down. Do those of you who do that job understand me? I don't want you to wave your hands. I just want you to understand what I'm saying. Start believing in yourself. You have raised a family. Your hard work has educated your children. Your children will forever be proud of you. Okay? Now let me tell you that if you get an education, get qualifications, and move on to become an office worker or start your own business, you have been successful. So what I'm saying to you is there's no shame in any job. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you I worked at McDonald's as a toilet cleaner once. Does everybody remember that story? Yes or no? Put up your hands. Come on, show me your hands. Yes or no? Put up your hands. Anu, do you remember that story? Anu? Okay. I had to clean shit in toilets from drunks who used to come to the McDonald's and go into the toilet and vomit because they drank too much, and this poor guy had to go and clean their shit. I used to get paid $3 an hour. Was I ashamed? No. I needed a job. So what have you got to be ashamed of? If you don't learn the hard way, you'll never become successful. Steve Jobs had nothing. Steve Jobs was an average schoolboy living in an old house with his mother and father in average suburban America. Steve Jobs died a trillionaire. Why? Because he believed in himself. Because he never gave up. Because he fought to become what he was. Not what he is. He's dead. What he was. Yes, he's dead. Somebody's asking me, has he really died? Yes, Steve Jobs has passed away 25 years ago now, probably. Okay? Steve Jobs graduated from Brown's College, one of America's finest business schools. When he graduated, he started a company called Apple Computers. Then he employed a lot of people to manage the company for him. 2 years after he employed them, they called Steve Jobs and said, Jobs, you're fired because you have crazy ideas and the company cannot make money with you. Jobs went home, just like my friend Eugenia would have gone home if she got fired, and she cried. He cried to his mother, Daddy, they fired me. What am I supposed to do? And his daddy said, listen, stop being a wimp. Apple is your creation. You are the brain of the future of Apple Mac and iPhone. Now go and show them why they need you. Ladies and gentlemen, Wazza, Tim Cook and Steve Jobs worked from the garage at his father's house. They developed iOS as you know it today, which is the language that drives your iPhone. They developed the Apple Macintosh computer, which you know today as the Apple Mac. They developed the Macintosh laptop, which you know as the MacBook and MacBook Air. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years later, 2 years after they fired Jobs, they came back to Jobs and said, Mr. Jobs, we need you to come back and work for us. Does anybody know what he answered? Pan, do you know what he answered? He said, no way. No bloody way would I work for you ever again. You fired me. They said, but we need you. He said, yes, I know. You need me, you buy me. I won't work for you, you buy me. So what did they do? They bought Jobs, Woza, and Tim Cook. But for them to get the three, they had to buy 4 companies that Jobs created over 2 years. These were multi-million-dollar companies. And they paid more than $400 million to buy those 4 companies. And only then did Steve Jobs go back to Apple with his team. He fired the people that fired him, and he became CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Apple. After Steve Jobs took over, Apple ran $1 billion in its first year of operation. Do you understand that? Not a million, $1 billion. That's $100 million. Okay? Do you know why they did that? It was because of the innovation and technology that Steve Jobs brought back to Apple. Steve Jobs did not die a millionaire. He did not die a billionaire. He died a trillionaire. Do you understand what a trillionaire is? Yes or no? Put your hands up. Is there anybody here that's a trillionaire? Anu, are you a trillionaire? No? I'm not. I'm not even a millionaire. Okay? I know Miss Salvacion wants to be a millionaire one day, and one day she's going to be a trillionaire, and she's going to say, Mr. Wally, come to my coffee chain. I'll buy you coffee, right? Yes, Miss Salvacion? Miss Eugenia will probably open a fine dining restaurant, and I'll go to her restaurant. She'll say, Mr. Wally, no discount. I'm here to make money. You pay the full price, right? Yeah, I know that. Okay, got you. And I've got Miss Irma here. She'll probably open a restaurant, and she'll tell me, there's no discount on adobo. I need to make money. You pay the full price, Mr. Wally. Is that right, Irma? Okay, from whichever country you're from. Okay? Okay, I want you all to believe in yourself. Steve Jobs believed in himself. I believed in myself. I'm here. Do you think when I was cleaning toilets at McDonald's, I ever thought I'd be teaching all of you? I didn't. I was worried about how much shit I had to clean for the next 3 months. But it didn't last long because after 3 days, I got asked to become the night store manager. So I didn't clean toilets for very long. Okay, do you understand that? Yes or no? All right, so everybody repeat after me. I believe in myself, especially you, Mr. Goulier. I want to hear your mouth work. Everyone, I believe in myself. Good. I can. I will. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of BizTalk 139. Can everybody wave to Miss Anu and say thank you, Miss Anu? Come on, everybody wave to Miss Anu. Thank you, Miss Anu. Okay, now what about Mr. Wally? Does everybody want to say thank you to Mr. Wally? Thank you, guys. I love you all. Before we go, from me, on behalf of Kingston International College, on behalf of ECU, and wherever or whichever college you're studying through with us, let me say a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. May the festive season bring good fortune to all. Don't eat too much turkey. Don't eat too much chicken. Don't eat too much pork. Don't eat too much beef. Remember, bacon makes you fat. Okay, and remember that you have to get up the next day, so don't drink too much. But enjoy your Christmas, enjoy your New Year, and may the New Year bring prosperity, good health, and fortune to all. From me, Wally Rauda, from our team, Merry Christmas all. We'll see you in 2026. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Good luck. We love you all. Goodbye. Goodbye, Miss Anu. Thank you for being the boss today. Thank you, mate. Miss Anu, can you share the link to today's lesson in the chat box for your students? Hold on, guys, before you go. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, before you go, guys, I'll also put the link in the chat box here for everyone, but you will also get copy of the PPT when you receive your certificate, providing your attendance was registered and providing you actually had your camera on, or if you switched it off, you had sent a message that you're at work. Okay, you will get it. Just 1 moment, please. Okay, guys, the link to today's lesson material has been posted. To all of you, thank you for your kind messages, Miss Anu. We've received messages from our students saying thank you and wishing us a Merry Christmas, Anu. You may want to just open the chat box and reply thank you for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, from me, thank you, everyone. To those of you in the Philippines, make sure you eat lots of chicken adobo at Christmas. To those of you in Vietnam, make sure you have a lot of chicken pho. I love pho. Vietnamese pho is the best soup in the world. To those of you in India, chicken curry, the best in the world. To those of you in Europe, Kyrgyzstan, I don't know what you call the rice, but you make a great rice there with raisins and beef or mutton. I love it. I wish I could eat it every day. Ladies and gentlemen, from Miss Anu and me once again, Merry Christmas. God bless you all. We love you all. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Good night, everyone.